Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. This is your home girl, Arabia Barbosa. And it's Sunday morning, the end of the weekend. This is the end of the weekend. Tomorrow is Monday, the beginning of another dreary, boring work week. Dreary and boring. Oh my goodness. We had a long day yesterday, you guys, on these YouTube streets. Shout out to Fats TV. Shout out to Fats TV. He was today. He did a live video yesterday. Matter of fact, he did 2 live videos. One lasted 8 hours and 40 minutes. And the next one after that was under that marking, that time marking. So shout out to Fats TV. Shout out to everyone that came over and participated in that video. Unfortunately, we had to listen to some tonteria, some mentiroso talking, another payaso. And I'm not just talking about one person. I'm telling you, this whole sector is filled with the same people, the same bullshit every fucking day. Every fucking day. In this sector. Every fucking day. In this fucking sector. We got a lot of clowns in the sector. A lot of beta males. We got a lot of worth nothing motherfuckers in this fucking sector. And we got some good people in this sector. Shout out to the chat. Yo, I want to shout out to all my subscribers, everyone that supports this channel. My my OG one day subscribers, those that have been with me from the beginning of my YouTube journey. The very beginning, the very first channel I ever had, the first video I ever did. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my true home teams. And I'm not talking about people from fucking South Carolina, because South Carolina people are not my home team. They are the enemy. Most people from the South are the fucking enemy. Shout out to my people from New York, Westchester County, New York, and New York City. Shout out to everyone. Thank you for coming in. Good morning, highly favored. Good morning, lovely star beaten. Good morning. I appreciate your view. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. But yeah, I live in South Carolina, but you know what I notice about people from South Carolina? They're nothing more than opportunist crabs in a barrel. That's what these niggas are down here. That's all they ever been. I've been living here for quite some time. I'm tired of South Carolina. It's slow. It's boring. You can't make no real money down here. I don't like the area I live in. I want to move out of this fucking apartment. Matter of fact, I want to start all the way brand new, all the way over. You know what I mean? Start brand new, fresh. Shout out to the chat. I got one sibling that lives in South Carolina, and he's just like these crabs, just like them. The woman that raised us, she died in 2019. I'm glad that bitch is dead because she was messy in life as she is in death. But this motherfucker was never made to fucking grow up. Everyone else moved out of that house, lived their lives. He did too, but then he was always the type, always the kind that ran back home because he was afraid to face the real world. After she died, after she was removed, because the universe removes certain types of evil. That's what it does. I wish the universe would come and get that other one. I wish the universe would remove all of my enemies, all of them. I'm so sick of it. Shout out to the chat. We got some wonderful people in the world, but I don't think they exist in South Carolina because they don't have the intelligence level. They don't have the emotional stamina that makes people people. These are savages. These are animals. These are mentally dead, spiritually dead motherfuckers. And we got a lot of that in this sector too. We got a lot of that in this fucking sector. Some people don't want to hear the truth. Some people don't want you to tell them what you see. You're standing on the outside of someone's house, you're looking in, you're seeing what's going on. You say, hey, you blow a whistle, the person don't want to listen. It's just like traffic control. You get some motherfuckers that stay on their cell phone in dangerous situations. Certain accidents can happen. That's why I don't do traffic control anymore. Shout out to the chat. I don't do traffic control anymore. That's part of construction labor work. I've been a laborer on and off for quite some time. Yesterday I went, after I left out of here for a little while, I went down to the place to check on the application, spoke to the manager. She got my application. I guess I got to do something else with it. So she got to send me the email first. And then they got to do a background check. What they going to find? What the fuck they going to find? Because one of my charges is what? Over 20 years old? That crime was committed what? When I was 1? I went into the prison system at 22. I left at 28. So that particular crime happened in 1995. How many years ago was that? 30 years ago. Shout out to the chat. And the last charge, it was assault and battery. When did that happen? 2016. That shit would have never happened if that bitch would have minded her own business and didn't touch me at all. She should have walked the fuck away. But these crab-like bitches don't do that. They don't think that far. I did 16 years free of nothing. And that bitch started with me. I don't give a fuck. She's my biological mother. I did what I had to do to her, and I don't give a damn. Sometimes you gotta beat your parents' ass. She didn't raise me anyway, so fuck her. Bitch. I hope she dies. Die and burn in hell. Shout out to the chat. I don't mean to get all emotional. But tomorrow is Monday, you guys. Tomorrow is a whole new week. And I don't mean no harm. I speak to my people that live in New York still to this day, but New York has changed a lot. But I really don't give a fuck. As soon as the opportunity arises, as soon as the opportunity comes, I'm leaving the South. I can't stand the South. Go back to from which I came, which is New York, Westchester County, Yonkers. Shout out to Westchester County, 914. Shout out to the chat. I don't know, you guys. And I had a beautiful apartment right there on 54 Saratoga Avenue. That apartment is $800 a month now. I don't know what it was back in the day when I was living there, because I wasn't really over the rent like that. But the landlord that ran that particular building, that particular property, wasn't paying the fucking mortgage. So the whole building went in foreclosure. Everyone had to fucking move. Yo, I'm going to tell you guys, that was the sweetest building I ever lived in. It only had 3 floors. There was one family that lived on the bottom. It was me and another lady that lived on the second floor, so that's 3 people. And then when you went to the 3rd floor, there was only 2 other people. There was no traffic in and out of that building. The only time I saw traffic or a lot of people in and out of a building is when I went over there to the Whitney Young. That's right there on Nepperhan Avenue. Shout out to the chat. My sister lived there for quite some time. I remember when my sister first moved there. I remember when she moved there. Yo, when I came to visit her, the first time in that building, the whole place was packed out with drug dealers. The whole place was packed out with a bunch of tonteria, a bunch of bullshit that usually happens in cities like Yonkers, New York. Yo, I don't mean no harm. Within a year, they cleared that whole building out. No one was even allowed to stand outside the building. That's when I knew New York was changing. That's when I knew New York was changing. But it wasn't changing very quickly, because I remember the corruption of the Yonkers, New York Police Department. Them motherfuckers was off the chain. They was making motherfuckers pay ICE money every fucking week. And I don't know if anyone knows what ICE money is, but I'm going to explain it to you. It's when you have an established business. It could be a bodega, it could be a pizzeria, it could be anything like that. The police come in, they walk around your store, they talk to you, and they tell you you have to pay a certain amount of money once a week to them. They were doing this in Yonkers, New York. And if you didn't pay, trust me, there was repercussions. A lot of people got fucked up behind that situation, and no one ever did a goddamn thing. President Trump is talking about sending in the National Armed Guard to go to Chicago, to go to Los Angeles, to go to Maryland, to go to different places, but he has yet to address anything about police corruption. He has yet to address the corruption that's going on in the Congress and the Senate. He's not talking about the politician, the everyday politician, the white collar criminals. He's talking about putting the foot down on regular, ordinary people. And I'm not saying that it's not our fault as citizens that some of these cities has gotten out of hand, but we got other issues, other problems, and he's not going to solve it overnight. It's never going to solve overnight. This is the beef that never ends. It goes on and on, my friend. Some people started beefing not knowing what it was, and they'll continue beefing forever just because. Shout out to the chat. And this doesn't just happen on these YouTube streets, not only in this fucking sector. Good morning, Bishop. At first I had to read your name to make sure I wasn't seeing things. I don't have my glasses on. I gotta be able to read the chat when I do look at the chat. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Good morning to everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. And I'm not a churchgoer. I'm not a churchgoer. I don't believe in organized religion. I don't believe that certain religions belong to black people, to us. I don't. Shout out to the chat. The only thing I can think of, you guys, is that New York has made a lot of changes. They have built up New York in such a way. And like I said, I do keep in touch with my people. And it's not the same. It'll never be the same. We got politicians that come in and fuck up New York every fucking year. Every fucking time you turn around. But I remember growing up and the mayor there, which was Mayor Ed Koch. A lot of you don't remember who that was. He was very corrupt. He didn't do anything to help the homeless population. He said New York didn't have a homeless problem. Everyone just got locked out of their house, the ones that were sleeping on the street. Ed Koch was a know-nothing drop shot, an off-brand, drag nasty son of a bitch. Another beta male. Just like we got a lot of that going on in this sector. We got a lot of beta males going on in this sector. We got a lot of undercover gay yag motherfuckers in this fucking sector. We got a lot of bathroom police in this fucking sector. And no one is more concerned about me doing what I do than the men. You got a lot of men that are concerned about what's going on between my legs. You got a lot of men that's concerned with things they have no business being concerned with. And they act like females. These ain't men. These are some beta males. Confused motherfuckers. And they want to tell me I'm confused? I know exactly who the fuck I am. My name is Arabia Barbosa. I'm 52 years old. I am a native New Yorker. 5 generations. I got Cape Verdean blood running through my fucking veins. So I know who the fuck I am. I pay my taxes every year. I fill out those forms every year. I pay my bills every time it's time to fucking pay. I know who the fuck I am. I know who the fuck I am. And I don't need no one in the sector to define who the fuck I am. When they want to know certain things about me, I tell them, go suck a bag of dicks and get 2 scoops of fuck you up your asshole. Because a lot of these dudes need a broomstick going up their ass. A lot of these dudes in the sector like to eat shit. A lot of dudes in the sector drink urine and semen. Oh yeah, and their feelings get hurt by other men. I'm not concerned about anyone that don't do shit for me. You don't support this channel. You don't support me. So I'm not concerned. And I hope you die. Hope the universe just take these people away. Calgon, take me away. Universe, take these losers away. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. Yo, Cocotazo. That like button, Cocotazo, the Cash App if you can. Shout out to the chat. But yeah, I am so sick and tired of some of these men. You know what I wish I could do? Whenever they get ready to say something to me that I don't like, I wish I could come in through that fucking computer or through that fucking tablet or through that fucking phone that they got and slap the shit out of them, cocotazo their ass, and put my dildo up their ass and make them eat their own shit. That's what I wish I could do to them. We got a bunch of haters, and they're all beta males. Weak, effeminate men. Weak motherfuckers. Some of them need to shave the hair off their face and put it on their head. Start practicing how to wear a fucking wig, because a lot of you wear jock straps. You believe in protecting another man's nuts. And that is so sad. That is unfortunate. And unfortunately, some women get with these type of men. These types of dudes. Dogs. Low-level dogs. Low vibration. No penis whatsoever, and got the nerve. I wish some of my enemies would go live and I would hit their fucking link and palm bomb the shit out of them. Palm bomb the shit out of them. And shut their ass down for a couple of hours. Why not? They do it to me. Why fucking not? They do it to me. It's been done to me, I think twice, in this sector. Shout out to the chat. Some of you remember it, some of you don't. Some of you remember that, some of you don't. It's shameful how they carry themselves. It's really shameful. I had to turn off my alarm. I forget to turn that device off, but damn, that shit is loud too. Drop the phone. And I've had ownership over the phone ever since. Birdman knew I had the phone. Birdman never said nothing to that man. Never said nothing to that fucking man. Shout out to Birdman. He passed away. Shout out to him. And I don't mean no harm, you guys. It seemed like to me he was the only friend I had. Everyone else, fake, phony, taking advantage of the situation. I wish my brother would just die. And this is my biological brother. But I don't give a fuck because he is the enemy. Him and that other one, they need to move out of that house and sell that fucking house so everyone can get their fair share of the monies. Let me tell you something. When that woman died, when that woman passed away, when that troublemaker went into the dirt, that witch of a woman, that bitch of a woman, when she disappeared, when the universe called her, don't you know those niggas started selling the shit that was out of that house? They sold that ancient sewing machine that she had. That sewing machine came out during the 1900s, the early 1900s. She owned it. She owned certain types of china, certain types of plates, all kinds of silverwares. Don't you know those niggas ran through that shit and sold that shit? Don't you know the motherfucker that's over her estate right now ran through most of her bank accounts? I don't know if he knows where all the bank accounts are, but if he's the executive, if he's over the estate, he knows where everything is at. He's been using that money for quite some time to pay the taxes, to pay the mortgage for that fucking house nobody needs. I wrote my brother a letter not too long ago, and I asked him, when do you guys plan on selling that house? When do you plan on moving out? And everything that has something to do with me that's in that house, I want it sent to this address. I need it sent to this fucking address. Shout out to the chat. Some people are just worthless. And I find my situation, my problems with life is circling around certain types of people. And you all know what I'm talking about because we're surrounded by them in this sector. Shout out to the chat. And that's the reality. Because if it was up to me, some people wouldn't even have a channel. It'd be shut down. Because they're going against certain things that's in place on this app. It's very interesting. It's like playing the piano in the fucking dark. If you don't know the notes to the song by heart and every key, you're not going to be able to play the song. You got to be skilled to do certain things in the fucking dark. I'm not just talking about having fucking sex. That's what's wrong with this country. Everyone want to fuck, but they don't have the education on how to deal with the fucking and the fucking and the fucking and the fucking and the sucking and the sucking and the sucking. They're ignorant. That's why we got so many children being born out of wedlock. That's why all these poor ass women or men just, making a mockery of relationships and marriage. Relationships and marriage. It's crazy. It's crazy. I was walking down the street the other day. Shout out to the chat. I was walking down the street the other day, you guys, and the police just came out of nowhere. 3 cop cars just shot up the street, shooting in my direction. I said, oh, Lord. I know I had done nothing. I know I don't, but you don't never know when they're gonna use that stop and frisk bullshit. Talking about you fit the prescription. You fit the prescription. I'm just waiting for the day. Lord. And I know it's coming. You fit the prescription. Not subscription. We gonna say prescription. You fit the profile. Let's stop this nigga. That shit used to happen to me. When me and Birdman used to be downtown, we used to be in certain areas, chilling in the car, and then the police would pull up. We were just chilling in the car. I'd be up there smoking my cigarettes, drinking my beer. Birdman be up there drinking his beer, got the little radio on, talking, as he always did. Shout out to the chat. And the cops would just come up there and yeah. You guys can't sit here. This is private property. How's it private property? And we in the Battery. And downtown Charleston, the Battery is not private property. Waterfront is not private property. Hampton Park is not private property. Burbank Park is not private property. These are public open areas for the common day, everyday working Joe and Jane. That's what it is. Public areas for the public. Sometimes they close at a certain time at night and you're supposed to leave, but at that particular time, me and Birdman, we didn't have nowhere to go. Sometimes we didn't get a motel room. Sometimes we didn't get a hotel room. We did the best we could, but when it was time for us to get on our feet, that's exactly what the fuck we did. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. So yeah, man. Whew. I am so frustrated with these people in fucking South Carolina. And you know what? I don't mean no harm. Ronald Jones is the worst type of nigga. Ronald Jones is the worst type of nigga. He come into the chat. He has nothing to offer, nothing to bring, just asking a bunch of stupid ass questions, just being stupid and ignorant as always. He said he hates niggas from New York. Well, shout out to Ronald Jones. I'm from New York. 914 Westchester County, New York. Born and raised, 5th-generation New Yorker with Cape Verdean blood running through my fucking veins. Just because I live in Charleston, South Carolina, doesn't make me your home team. I'm not your fucking home team. Bitch ass nigga. Home team. What does that word really fucking mean to anyone? It doesn't mean anything to me. Because I don't fucking know you. We didn't fucking grow up together. You're not a distant relation. So we're not home team. We're not. We're not a fucking home team. He hate New York niggas. He hate New Yorkers. I remember one time Ron Jones had a channel. Ron Jones don't even have a channel no more. He is so busy running from platform to platform, the chat, hitting certain links. I wish people would stop letting him up. The man is a clown. The man is pathetic. The man is a dweeb. The man is a dick sucker, just like all these other niggas in this sector. There's a lot of dick suckers in this sector. As soon as you hit the chat, it smells like shit. You got a lot of niggas wearing those red bottoms. They want to talk about damn D. There's a whole lot that don't have no fucking wig or no skirt, no high heels, or no lipstick, or no makeup to showcase that they're females with dicks. They're more female, more feminine than I am. And they know it. And half of them are jealous of me because why? I'm out the closet. I don't live in the closet. I've been a part of the LGBT community for over 20 years. Over 20 years. I've had more female companions, more female bitches, more bad wenches than some of these niggas in this fucking sector, and that's why they're mad. You mad? You insecure bitches. They insecure and they are afraid. Because when they see that I'm in the chat and they know I'm there, I'm going to out them. I'm going to out them. Every last one. Every last one. You get into an argument with me? You argue with me? Oh, I'm going to put you on blast. I'm going to drag you in the middle of the street and cocoa tassel your yag ass. Don't be undercover. Come out of the fucking closet. Don't be afraid. Come out of the closet. It's 2025. Nobody gives a fuck if you want to suck dick and you're a man. It's shameful, but you're not real men. Before I started dating Birdman, before I met Birdman, I had plenty of bitches. In the penitentiary, outside of the penitentiary. These men don't know what they fucking missing. And they hate the fact that I have experienced it. Some women are squirters and some are not. Shout out to the chat. All of them have that soft, warm body. Shout out to the chat. I got no problem eating a woman's cookie. Cookies. Get your cookie. Cookies. Get your cookie. I always get the cookie. Never no problem. Never no issue. Never. And that's what the men in the sector are afraid of. A lot of them. A lot of them just don't come out and say it. But let me get into arguing with them. Oh, they'll be calling me all kinds of he, she's. I'm confused. I don't know who I am. I do know who I am. You don't know who you are. They're projecting their insecurities on me. It's not my fault. You're a faggot. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. You're a fag. It ain't my fault. You're a yag. It ain't my fault. You suck dick. It ain't my fault. You eat shit. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. Bitch ass niggas. Come out the fucking closet. I dare you. I dare you. A lot of you can't even fucking do it. You wish you could. You wish you could be me. A lot of you want to be he, she's. You want to be free. Free yourself. And the rest will fucking follow. But you're afraid. I bet you a lot of them live undercover too. I bet you a lot of them are secret with their shit. I bet you a lot of them are that way. Because I see it all the time. When I go to that office, downtown, Lovely, you done walked with me a few times when I went live and I walked down to that office. I see them. It get cold. Guess what? The weather is changing. And they're getting ready to do it all over again. They're getting ready to sleep with each other all over again. And like I said, a lot of them are secret. A lot of them look masculine, but they're not fucking masculine. I should know. I remember living in Columbia, South Carolina a few years ago. I had a friend that I grew up with. She was a part of the LGBTQ community. She was part of the community. She was involved with another woman. They was living in Columbia, South Carolina. I went to their house a few times to visit them. And anyway, there was one particular night we went to this club. It was called the Candy Shop. It was right there on a two-notch road in Columbia, South Carolina. Everybody knows what two-notch road is in Columbia, South Carolina. Shout out to the chat. Anyway, we went to this club. It was called the Candy Shop. Do you know how many men I saw going up in that club looking as straight? They look heterosexual, but they're in there dancing with drag queens and transsexuals. They're in there dancing with other men that look like men. You know how many God bodies I'm seeing go up in there? Now, these dudes that I'm talking about that I knew for a couple of years, they were God bodies. 5%ers. They going up in the club dancing with other men. And then got the nerve to talk about the men that wear the dresses. Got the nerve to talk about the men that actually tuck their penis up their ass and strap it down. Got the nerve to talk about the men that wear the wigs. Got the nerve to talk about the men that wear the makeup. Got the nerve to talk about the men that are not afraid to say they are she. See, people like to go by pronouns. I don't go by pronouns. But a lot of motherfuckers in the sector are bathroom police. They love to watch the bathroom doors of some of these chats. He, she. I'm confused. I think not. I'm confused. I think not. I know who I am. Shout out to the chat. They don't know who they are. They don't know who the fuck they are. They don't know who they be. So they get mad with me. They project their anger and insecurities on me. They project their wanting to be in the closet on me. Anytime you hear a man say they don't want to hear nothing what a broad gotta say or a bitch gotta say, I'm gonna tell you right now. And I haven't heard this term being said in a while. I think I'm the only one that says it in this sector. A wench, a bed wench, a bed wench. They don't know what that means. They don't know the word wench, what that means. It's the same thing as saying a dame. It's the same thing as saying a broad. It's the same thing as saying a bitch. It's the same thing as saying a female. I don't mean to disrespect the females. Not at all. That is not my intent. My intent is to let y'all know, because I know a lot of you know, and a lot of you have mentioned it as well. A lot of you talk about it as well. You talk about Garrett. You talk about him. You talk about Russell Red. Why don't you talk about these other men that are bent over characters? Why don't you talk about them? Why don't you talk about the men whose feelings get hurt when another man don't pay them no attention? Why don't you talk about the men that are doormats in this sector? Because I see them every day in this sector. And I'm going to tell you something. Not all of them are Kwamites. Shout out to the chat. Mic drop. Mic drop. All them yags, all them undercover, wannabe bulldaggers are not Kwamites. Not all of them. Shout out to the chat. Mic drop. It doesn't pay to curse me out. It doesn't pay to disrespect me. It doesn't fucking pay. If it ain't paying, don't worry about it. But since motherfuckers want to come for my LGBTQ community crown, we gonna hand it to them. And let's see who come out that damn closet. Because a lot of them are afraid. They're afraid that they're going to be gisted. They are afraid that people are going to laugh at them. They are, half of them will kill themselves. If they had to live my life, my childhood, if they had to stand in my shoes, my work boots, for 5 minutes, they would kill themselves. If we was to switch for one day, let's say ask the universe to switch for one day. One day. By the time I come back, there's nobody for me to go back into, not for my soul to go back into. I would be a ghost. I would be a ghost dealing with some of these insecure bitch made niggas. I would be a ghost. And a lot of them want me to be ghost. A lot of them want me to shut the fuck up. Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that. A lot of them wish they were me. At the end of the day, you wish you could be bisexual openly. You wish you could do half of the shit I do openly. You know how long it took me to get to this point? You know how long it took me to get to this point, to accept me, to love me, to be comfortable with me, to not walk around with my head down, to walk around with my head up. Hold it up. Nobody was made to be born to be looking down on the ground. That's not where your life is at. That's not where your life is at. It's not the ground. It's the sky. And it's what's in front of you. That's what you need to be focused on. Nobody want to be focused on that. They want to be focused on me. especially when they want to argue with me. That's what a lot of them want to do. A lot of these dudes want to be skull fucked. They want to be skull fucked. They want a man dick in their mouth so bad. They want to, they want that dick to be running in and out, in and out. They want the man to ejaculate in their mouth. They want somebody to urinate in their mouth. They want all that. They want all that crap going down their throat. A lot of them. A lot of them. Shout out to the chat. And you see and anyone that's seen a documentary on what happened to a lot of dudes when they go into the fucking penitentiary, that tells it all. But a lot of them don't end up in the penitentiary. A lot of them are just every day walking around. I got one nephew that's like that. He dresses like a man, but he acts like a bitch. He carries a man bag, a male's purse. But that motherfucker make plenty of money. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Okay, and he sits behind someone's desk. Got his own house, got his own car, got everything. Works for a wonderful company, been there for years. He's close to retirement. He's close to it. And he's been living with a man for over 20 years. He's been living with one man for over 20 years. Shout out to the chat. But it took him a long time to come out the fucking closet. Because I remember when we were younger, he used to date females. I remember when we were younger, he used to date females. Shout out to the chat. So that tells you a whole lot. That tells you a whole lot. So I'm just going to be frank about it. I'm just going to be frank about my opinion. And it's time for people to talk about it. It's time. These motherfuckers that's in the closet need to come the fuck out. You're hiding. See, I don't hide. Everyone sees me. When I go to a public bathroom, I could pick either or, male or female. Can half of you do the same thing? When I go into certain public places and I use the female bathroom, sometimes there's the bathroom police and they'll say, "Excuse me, this is a female bathroom." They'll approach me, the ignorant ones. And I have yet to show anyone my breast area. I have yet to show anyone that I have a pussy. And that's another thing. A lot of, and this is what I find out. A lot of men really want to fuck bulldaggers. A lot of men, let's say that again. A lot of men want to fuck bulldaggers. They want to fuck a lesbian, a known lesbian. They want to fuck the ones that look aggressive. A lot of people say, well, talk about my looks. You want me to look female, but I'm aggressive. You want me to be like that, huh? Shout out to the chat. We got a lot of shit going on this platform. A lot of shit. And it's cause for some concern. Some concern, especially for you females. Some concern. There's plenty of gay clubs just like the candy shop. There's plenty of gay spots that straight men go into, and they don't go in there to get a drink. They don't go in there to get a taco. They going in there to get some taco meat. Another man's hairy chest. They going in there to get another man's what? Butt. They going in there to feel up on another man's thigh. Trust me, I know. I see it every fucking day. I see it. Shout out to the chat. Y'all have an awesome day. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I know some haters are going to go live. I don't give a fuck. Hate all you want to hate. Because I'm going to start breaking down the door and talking about the people that that follow you. There's always looking for your attention. There's always other men. It's not other women. It's not the women. It's not the women looking for some of these men's attention. It's the men. And it's sad. And we see you. I see you. Shout out to the chat. Y'all have an awesome day. Peace.